in the first quarter. We will break that down for you here momentarily. But first, Stephen Verostegui and his counterpart going to show onside, but they kick it deep, and that will be a touchback. All righty, I'm going to turn it over to Seth DeRuiter for the Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary.
Yeah, the Rebels start off with a pretty good drive coming out of the gate. It took 2 minutes and 1 second. They took over from their 42-yard line in 8 plays. They drive the ball down the field 33 yards. They were going to go for it on 4th and 5, but a false start penalty backed them up to 4 and 9. They say, hey, let's play it safe. Kick the field goal. Verostegui puts it up, and it was good from 41 out. Now the Rebels go up 3-0 with 10 minutes to play left here in the first quarter.
Seth, thank you. Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium store. Come and check them out this weekend in between Home Goods and the UPS store. How about Bulldogs throwing on first down? Unable to connect. Looking for Walker Campbell, far sideline. Love unable to connect, and that play was scripted.
We were just saying how it's a run-heavy offense, but take some chances on the offensive side of the football. Right there on the first snap, they go for it, and the ball was slightly overthrown. That's backup quarterback Holt Howard, number 24. He played last week as well versus Central. Ball was a greatly thrown ball, just slightly over his reach and incomplete.
So close.
So Howard going to stay in here, 3 backs, pitches it out. It's McGowan, and he's able to reverse field. 30, spinning, fighting for his life out to the 33, and he'll get 8. So break it down, Tristan Love, Holt Howard, what's going on here quarterback-wise?
Yeah, so Tristan Love got hurt, I believe, in the Odessa High game a few weeks ago, second half, and he didn't play rest of that game or versus Central last week.
He is suited up tonight. He's on the sidelines in uniform.
He's one of the captains that was that midfield pregame. So he's dressed up, but he's not playing right now.
3rd and 2 for Holt Howard. 1 back man in motion, and they're going to give it to Wyatt King right up the gut to the 34. And they will be short. 4th and 1 coming up here.
Yes. Wyatt King's usually he's usually the short yardage running back. Needed 2 yards there, only got 1. But they might be going for it here on 4th and 1.
Midland High's going to go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, talk about taking chances, trailing 3-0, but playing the crosstown rival. Needing a victory, or their playoff hopes are gone. Howard on 4th and 1 from his own 34. Man in motion, going to keep it himself, and Howard's got it. And then a little extra. How about taking that football all the way out to the 39? Needed 1, got 5.
I love that play call by Coach Fortune. I mean, Holt Howard's a sophomore quarterback, has a lot of faith in him to call that 4th and 1 QB sneak. And Holt Howard responds with a great 4-yard run to get those sticks to move for a first down.
Howard with 1 deep back and up back, 2 receivers out, right side of the formation. He's going to throw, and he's got Walker Campbell in and out of his hands.
I think a flag was actually thrown before that play started.
It was.
It's a false start. Yep, that's what it was.
Backward go the Bulldogs there. But Coach Fortune not afraid, throwing twice on the first offensive sequence.
It's not often you see that for this Bulldog offense.
Hey, if you're just joining us tonight, Crosstown Showdown, 3-0 Rebels. 8:15 to play, first quarter. This is the first offensive drive for Midland High. They have it 1st and 15 at their own 34. They've already converted a 4th down. And here we go. Holt Howard with a back in motion. And it looks like he'll keep it himself again. Holt going to advance the football out to the 37. 2 strong runs already from the sophomore.
It really is. And on that one, you got 3 of those yards back from that 5-yard penalty. So we're still looking at 2nd and long. And with this Bulldog offense, really for any offense in general, you don't really want 2nd or 3rd and long. But with this offense in particular, with how they run so much, you want to see 1st, 2nd down get yardage in the positive direction. So we'll see if they get a lot of those yards back here on 2nd and long.
Rebels have moved Trey Jefferson out to corner, Nick Moore over to safety. So that is an adjustment. Something we have not seen this year. And it looks like a timeout, Midland High. We'll take it with them. 3-0 Rebels, 7:14 to play first quarter. We'll be back after our back here. 2nd and 12 from the 37. Holt Howard, the sophomore, still in for Midland High at quarterback. And Holt gonna keep it himself again. Rebels crash in a hurry. And it looks like that'll be number 12, Ben Cano, coming off the bottom of the pile there for the Rebels. So, guys, 3rd down coming up.
3rd and long. And I think this is a great time for really to see. We've seen some success for the Bulldogs with that Jordan McGowan end around, like pitch to the outside. That could be in play. Or 3rd and 11, you might think obvious passing down. We'll see if they pass or run here on 3rd and long.
So here we go. Wyatt King, the deep back here. Twins to the right. Holt's going to throw. Pressure coming. He's got Gabriel Henry all over him, and he'll have to throw that away. I don't think that was picked. In and out of the hands, far side for the Rebels.
Rebels defense brought some pressure to really disrupt that timing to make Holt start rolling out to avoid getting sacked, and that kind of caused the errant throw and nearly picked off. It was underthrown for the defender to grab it as well, so it falls to the turf. We'll see the Bulldogs will punt now on 4th and long at their own 38.
Weldon Cooks on the coverage there. Now the punt for the Bulldogs. They converted on a 4th down earlier. Now they will punt. And it looks like Jabraylon Anders, and here he goes. 40, 45. He's on the other side of the field. He's going down the sideline, and he
got it. He's in.
He's in.
Yeah.
I lost Jabraylon. Unable to track him down the sidelines like a flash, and into the end zone he goes. Jabraylon Anders, the sophomore, puts the Rebels up 9-0.
It's almost like he hit that seam, opened up, and at that point it escalated quickly, and he was off the races. And so punt return touchdown for the Rebels, now up 9, maybe soon 10-0 here in the first quarter.
Verostegui on for the PAT. And it is through. 10-0. Rebels over the Bulldogs. 6:13 to play first quarter. We'll be back. And welcome back to the broadcast booth. 10-0 Rebels. And here they come with the dueling kickers. Iker Hernandez, just a freshman. But he will put it into the hands of the Bulldogs. Fair catch right around the 15-yard line. All righty, Chase, Seth, give us that Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary.
Yeah, that time we get to see the Bulldog offense come out. They take over from their 25-yard line, and in 7 plays they get 1 first down, and then it forces them through a penalty, a false start, to go 4th and long, and they decide to punt. So they do, and they punt the ball down the field from about their 34-yard line to the Rebel 30-yard line, where Jabraylon Anders takes the return all the way back to the end zone for a Rebel touchdown. The extra point was good. The Rebels go up 10-0. Now we're waiting to see how the Bulldog offense is going to respond.
All righty, thank you so much for that. Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium store. Please remember, if you go at checkout, you mention Psalm 119-105, you will get $20 off of your final ticket. You should go grab some new shoes this weekend. Maybe you'll see Luke. I heard he needs some new kicks. So go join them. UPS, Home Goods, right in the middle there. Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium store. Meanwhile, Midland High back on the field. It is time. They got twins to the right side. Holt Howard remains at quarterback. A 2-back set here. And it looks like he will roll right side. Pressure coming. Gets the ball away. Pass is caught by McGowan. Are they going to call it in? And they say it was out. Hey, but I like the play design.
I do too. And we've seen, and there's actually a late flag. They're calling something right here. I don't see what the flag is all about, but it's in the backfield. But I like how we've already seen them throw the ball 3 or 4 times now in the first quarter. Definitely the playbook is open in tonight's game. Yeah, true story. Back on the field as they change some personnel in and out. 2nd and 10. Or no, they're going to replay first down. Check me on that. It was a block in the back on the Bulldogs, so it's a 10-yard penalty.
So they'll replay it here, back them up to the 15. Dogs still moving left to right here, first quarter. They're trailing by 10 to the Rebels. And the handoff going to go middle of the field on the dive play out to the 16. Let's see who gets off the bottom of the pile here, Chase.
It's either Evan Taylor or Isaiah Miller. I couldn't see a number.
Evan Taylor.
Miller's Evan Taylor, I think, 34.
Miller's hurting out tonight.
I did not know that. Okay, breaking news, I guess, for me. Maybe not for everybody else. But that was Evan Taylor on the carry. And Bulldogs so far have had a hard time getting yardage up the middle on that Rebel defensive front. It's been very stout in this first quarter up to this point.
3rd and 13. Hold Howard with time. He releases deep, has a man pass. Incomplete. He wanted Walker Campbell. And it looks like Masai Diop on the coverage for the Rebels.
Great coverage downfield.
No, that's Olio. Check me.
Yeah, I mean, it was good coverage. The ball was thrown well. Maybe slightly underthrown a bit, but definitely catchable. But good defense there to kind of knock that ball to the turf to force another I guess, 3rd and long here coming up.
Sorry, Chase. 8s and 9s look similar when the jersey rolls up in the back.
It's true.
Olio playing corner there. And here we go. Dogs on 3rd down. 13 to go. They're going to throw again. Little screen pass gets batted down. Gabriel Henry. He has been a disruptor lately. And the Dogs have granted everyone's wishes, and they have thrown how many times so far in the opening minutes?
Yeah, four separate times so far on the first 2 possessions.
Not to mention there's been a few penalties where they were throwing it, so they probably threw like 6 times, really. They just didn't count 2 of them, you know.
If you think about a team that many games won't even throw 4 times the whole game.
Seriously.
So Coach Fortune definitely adding in wrinkles, trying what he can. Offense unable to get going. So Jabraylon Anders back deep. Jabraylon, house call earlier, flag on the play, and that'll be a false start against the Bulldogs.
Well, that's a good thing because that punt went into almost the Rebel bleachers.
It did.
On the east
and you've got to think, after seeing him take one back to the house on the last punt, it's probably in his head a little bit like, don't punt to him, but also don't punt it into the stands either. Kind of find that happy medium somewhere and avoid the bigger turn, but also try to get a big maybe Bulldog bounce to kind of roll it down the field a little bit. That's the ideal scenario.
All righty, so here they come again. They're going to put out 2 return men, Maddox Marquez and Jabraylon Anders, 2 sophomores back deep, feet at the 45. And we await the punt. Here we go. And we've got, it looks like another false start against Midland High. Guys, what did you see there?
I honestly, I don't know. It's just one of those deals where, I mean, as is right now, they're at the there's 2 guys back to return this punt at the 40-yard line. So it's going to be a short field for the Rebels. And right now we're seeing the Bulldogs going backwards more than they are going forward, which is not a good thing for Midland High.
5:15 to play first quarter. Rebels lead 10-0. They're about to get the ball back here. And the punt is out of the snap goes out of the end zone. And guys, the wheels kind of falling off for the Bulldogs here.
And a late flag comes in after the I don't see what the flag was, but that snap goes over the punter's head and into the end zone for a safety.
Yep.
And so if you're a Bulldog fan, not the start you're hoping to see, as we'll have the Bulldogs kick back to the Rebels offense again after the safety. So not an ideal start for the purple and the white so far by any means.
All righty, let's just stay right here on the broadcast, 12-0. And can we make sense of some of these early miscues by the Bulldogs?
You know, I wonder if a lot of it is just nerves. I mean, you heard from Coach Hartman earlier. You know, a lot of these players know each other. There's a lot of, like, bragging rights on the line. The Bulldogs have had, to this point, not as well the season as the Rebels have. So maybe it's some nerves, some anxiousness maybe, but you got to minimize that because Legacy is good enough on their own to play well. But if you give them, free penalty yardage, you're only adding to the difficulty here. So you got to just kind of, button things up, shake it off, and keep playing.
All righty, Seth, it's 12-0. How about that Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Midland High takes over from their own 25-yard line, and 4 plays and 3 penalties later, they're back down to their own 7-yard line on 4th and long, looking to punt. The snap for Midland High goes over the punter's head, out of the back of the end zone, and that's a safety. First one we've called all year for the Rebels, or part of the Rebel broadcast. And so now the Rebels go up 12-0, off to a strong start, but all their points, or should I say 9 of their 12 points have come from special teams plays, and only 3 from just kicking a field goal.
All righty, Seth, thank you. Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium score. All righty, 5:13 to play here in this first quarter. It really has been all Rebels. They've got the lead 12-0, and they're set to get it back here. Caden Ellis, Nick Moore back deep. And the kick, going to be tracked down by Caden Ellis, and he reverses it to Nick Moore. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Nick Moore down the sideline, one man to beat, and I don't think he's going to catch Nick Moore into the end zone, extending for the pylon. Touchdown. Back-to-back special teams plays, a punt return, and now a kickoff return. 18-0, and to quote someone y'all know, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, man, did it ever. It's almost like when it rains, it pours. It's been punt return touchdown, kick return touchdown, a safety from a botched snap. It's like, what else for the Bulldogs can go wrong? You just got to block it out and keep playing, but it's been all Rebels this first quarter.
Verostegui for the PAT. Good. 19-0 with just 7 minutes of football played. We'll be back. And welcome back to the broadcast. All right. No, and I do realize that. I wanted to give the white hat a chance to speak. So that gets negated. Verostegui going to come on then, just be good for one.
I want to point out, though, that was a beautiful throw by J.P. Reyes. Like right on that front right pylon, kind of throw to a spot, let Cisco go and get it. I mean, it was a great play call, great execution. Just the penalty kind of pushed it back. But, man, that was an impressive drive and conversion attempt that just didn't pan out.
Yeah, meanwhile, Verostegui, PAT, and it is. And welcome back to the broadcast booth. 26-0, Rebel advantage over the Bulldogs, and been a rough start for Midland High. Rebels cruising here. We'll break it down momentarily. Iker Hernandez going to have a nice kick and play. Fair caught right around the 12-yard line. All righty, set. Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary.
Yeah, the Rebels get their second offensive possession of the game. This time they take over from their own 43-yard line. 4 plays, 57 yards later. It's J.P. Reyes finding Cisco Rodriguez for a 13-yard pass completion. Then the extra point was up, and it was good. Rebels go up 26-0 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
All righty, Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium store. Mention Psalm 119-105 at checkout. Get $20 off your final ticket. All righty, Holt Howard out. And Holt's going to pitch here, a little shallow pitch to Jordan McGowan, and he's unable to get really anywhere, pushed out of bounds by Nick Moore. Flag on the play.
Man, we keep having flags when Midland High. They just cannot move forward.
You know, it looked like there's offensive and defensive linemen that were kind of tussling around on the ground in some way, like a unnecessary roughness type
extracurricular
call,
maybe.
Yeah, just a little elbow on the fall, you know.
Yeah. Tussle sounds awful light for a football game.
Yeah. Well, you know,
good word though.
It was polite. You know, it's not uncommon. Didn't want to make it it's not a fight.
It's a very proper broadcast. You know.
Well, backward go the Bulldogs here, so they'll replay first down. 2 to play here. We're in the first quarter. Rebels lead 26-0. Bulldogs just trying to find their identity here, playing with a sophomore quarterback. Senior still out, though dressed and on the sideline. And it looks like the Rebels might be taking a timeout, and they do. We'll take it with them. More football to be played here. And we are back. We're calling it 1st and 22. Bulldogs at their own 13. And it's Holt Howard going to call his own number, 20-25-30. Holt all the way down to the 35. And that play fooled everyone.
It was a great play
We do
call.
have a flag.
It might be a late hit out of bounds, but
At the line of scrimmage on the far side.
We await the Whitecap. Trey Jefferson able to wrangle down Old Howard. And it looks like this one is indeed coming back, guys.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like the Bulldogs, even like when they have a 15-yard or 20-yard gain, it's like they just can't catch a break.
Oh.
So backward go the Bulldogs again. And what does that make for the penalty count tonight?
Yeah, 6 penalties, 42 yards given up by the Bulldogs, and all 6 have been offensive.
26-0 Rebel advantage as Bulldog personnel switches in and out here. 1st down and 28 now. They have it on their own 7. Rebels actually changing some personnel as well. They'll move Trey Jefferson back to safety. Nick Moore moves into the corner spot. Maddox Marquez out there. And runner is Wyatt King. And I'm not sure if he bobbled the handoff or what, but he goes down early.
Yeah, the ball was on the turf. I couldn't tell if like it was a faulty exchange or but again, it's like the Bulldogs just can't quite figure out. Just nothing is crisp. Nothing is like flowing well. And a lot of penalties, a lot of like balls hitting the turf, turnovers. This has been a nightmare first quarter, and here they are here deep in their own goal line almost at the 7-yard line, 2nd and long.
1:23 to play. Looks like Friendship intercepted the ball in their own end zone. It's 7-7 against Permian, just 6 minutes left in the half, so good game going on over there. Here, Holt Howard going to run again. He's brought down here near side by Olio, the cornerback. Howard at the 9-yard line, so he'll get 2. 3rd down coming up. And I'll tell you what, Holt Howard has been aggressive on the run tonight. He's already had 5 runs on the evening, calling his own number. A really long one negated with the penalty.
Yep.
We're at 44 seconds to play on the game clock. Play clock getting up and under 15. Midland High going to work it out. Up and under 10. 5 now.
Oof, that better hurt.
And they 3, 2, 1, and it's 0. That's going to be delay game.
Dead.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I think now at this point for the Bulldogs, the goal for this play, I mean, you want to get a 1st down. I mean,
Rebels on D, playing really good tonight here. It's been a fast start by them, a little bit of a slow start here by the Bulldogs. They have the ball at their own 4. 3rd and 31, 5 to play. Holt Howard going to stay in the game here at quarterback. And we will let the first quarter clock trickle away. That'll do it after 1. Rebels 26, Bulldogs 0. 2nd quarter coming. And here we are back in the broadcast booth. Time to start the 2nd quarter. 12 minutes on the clock. Midland High football. They'll be going right to left now. They're facing 3rd and 31 from their own 4. They bring Twins out to the left side of the formation. Holt Howard has thrown more times tonight than you will often see in entire football games by the Bulldogs, and it's just into the 2nd quarter. Holt going to keep it himself and trying to break free. Breaks out of a few arm tackles. Takes the football all the way down to the 18. Far from a 1st down, but a little bit of breathing room
That's
here
exactly
for the Bulldogs.
Right. And I think what a great run by Holt Howard. I mean, he's still out there. The scoreboard is what it is at this point, but he's out there making some plays and breaking tackles. Got a gain of about 15 yards there. When you're punting the football from the 18 versus the 3, it's a huge difference. So a chance to kind of maybe get some yards back and flip this field a little bit on the punt and try to get the wheels back on the cart a little bit here, where it's been all Rebels up to this point here in the first half.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a Rebel down. And as they tend to him, we'll just keep it right here. You know, we do have an update in Friendship Permian, which that's an important game district-wide. And when you look at that game, it looks like a touchdown for Friendship. So the Tigers now lead 14-7 against Permian, 5:13 remaining in the half. So that will be interesting if, Friendship upsets Permian and Legacy, finishes out tonight and wins next week, then, again, we're sharing the district title once again.
Yeah,
so.
It's interesting also seeing the Permian Legacy score from last week, just track meet. Now up there it's 14-7 at almost halftime. Different type of a game. Defensive struggle there versus the Panthers and the Tigers.
All right, so we are back here with the live action. Midland High gets the punt away. Jabraylin Anders going to watch it go out of bounds.
Might be roughing the kicker potentially. There's a flag down where the kick was made. Whether it's roughing or running into is the question, I guess, because this could be an automatic Bulldog first down if it's roughing.
And then another flag at the 33.
So we await Whitecap getting all the information he needs.
This is an ideal.
If this is offsetting, this is like, for the Bulldogs, this is how it's been all night. It's like they get a chance for a first down, and then penalty offsets that. So they're still kind of chatting right now on how they're going to call this.
Here's the call.
Oh, I wish I moved that.
All right, there you go. Roughing the kicker. So Midland High back out on offense, and finally, Chase, a break goes the Bulldogs' way.
I mean, it really did, and it's been a lot of penalties in this first half from both squads. The Bulldogs had the ball at the 25-yard line, and then through penalties got down to the 3. But then here on the other side, the Rebels gift them a first down with that roughing the kicker on 4th and 18. So kind of a sloppy game on both sides in some ways, but the Bulldogs with a new shot at life here, can they capitalize on this second chance to drive the ball down the field and hopefully get some points on the scoreboard?
Holt Howard comes back and up back, a deep tailback and 2 receivers out to the left side here. And that's the way that they're going to throw, and the pass is caught. Howard to 14, and down he goes right around the 39-yard line. Pass caught for the Bulldogs by Keandre Garnett.
It was a great little route to kind of get him out on the sideline for a little screen pass, a little slot position where Keandre is lined up at. Good gain of about 5-6 yards. And, again, the Bulldogs need to have gains of 5 or 6 on first down to kind of keep these drives going, because otherwise they go backwards, and it's hard to kind of regain those yardage on this aggressive Rebels defense.
10:59, second quarter. And it's a little pitch here from Midland High. Ball goes out to the 41, gang tackled by the Rebels. And flags on the play. That was Keandre Garnett again. Flags all over the play, and this one may get chippy here, guys.
It looks that way. It was a good play call by the Bulldogs. It looked like just the path kind of closed quickly. Kind of got slung out of bounds on that sideline. I don't know if it was like an aggressive tackle or a late hit maybe, but it was definitely a late flag got thrown at the end of that play.
And here's the call from the Whitecap. And it goes against the Rebels, and so Bulldogs are beneficiaries of 2 big Rebel mistakes. Rebels lead 26-0, 10:45 to play in the second, but Dogs starting to put together a little drive here. They have the ball at the Rebel 44. They're moving right to left. They kind of come out in their traditional set here. One receiver, man in motion. Hold Howard to throw, looking, flushed out the pocket. 40, 35, 30. Holt cutting back into the field to play and then eventually driven out. First down, move the chains. Sophomore kind of taking matters in his own hands tonight.
You're really seeing Holt Howard. He's only had limited action in this season. He's been primarily the backup to Tristan Love, but he's really grown up as like week to week. There's no one downfield open, doesn't panic, takes himself, runs down that sideline for a big gain and another Bulldog first down to kind of keep this drive going. But Holt Howard really showing some guts here, throwing it and running it to kind of keep these drives going for Midland High.
Red zone opportunity, ball at the 19 of the Rebels for Holt Howard. Holt going to keep it himself again. And how about Holt out to the 17? He'll gain 2 on first down.
Yeah, probably a good call there. We've seen up to this point in the first half, the Rebels' defensive front has been very strong on the inside those between the tackles, runs up the middle. Holt fakes that, runs outside, probably gains 2 or 3 yards where it could have been a no gain had he had pitched it to Evan Taylor.
Holt running the play back in. Under 10 to play here in the second. Dogs, best drive of the night so far. 2nd and 8. Gonna spread it out a little bit. How about 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Holt wants to throw, looking, firing, end zone. Pass caught. Touchdown. Midland High on the board.
This is a great throw, great play design, and the Bulldogs absolutely had to have that to kind of get some momentum back where it was all legacy prior to that. Bulldogs now on the scoreboard with a beautiful throw by Holt Howard to Jordan McGowan in that back corner left end zone for a Bulldog touchdown.
Kicker making his way out onto the field. Edgar Ramos. And this will add a point to the tally here, and he is successful in doing so. Flag on the play. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Whitecap trying to get some confirmation. Bulldogs' first score of the night. It's 26-6, Rebel advantage. And it looks like that'll go against the Rebels. And there we go. 26-7. Dogs back in business. We'll be back on the And welcome back to the broadcast booth. 26-7, Bulldogs on the board. They're going to kick it back, give it to the Rebels. Take in mind, Bulldogs have given up 2 special teams touchdowns tonight. Rebels, Nick Moore is taking a kick return to the house. Shabraylin Edwards, a punt return to the house. Bulldogs going to kick the onside. Rebels fall on it, but I think that they don't secure it. Bulldog football. Wow.
Playing the game.
Maybe momentum is beginning to shift here.
Well, I think the big thing there was on the PAT earlier. There was a penalty by the Rebels that they enforce on the kickoff. They get bumped up 15 yards.
Perfect time.
So Coach Fortune's like, I'll just do it. I'll just try for it now. If I don't get it, it's still no big deal. So we see the penalty now for the Rebels are now kind of they're regretting that a little bit with that onside kick success by the Bulldogs.
What does this penalty mean, though? What are we doing here?
Offsides.
Oh, no. Man.
So offsides against Midland High. They will have to kick again. And again, the great play call, great execution, just little costly mistakes.
And now you've kind of shown your hand. Like, do you try it again? I mean, do you kick it deep now? It's just, it really changes a lot of things. And the big one was Bulldogs had the ball, now they don't. Another big costly penalty that could potentially change possessions here as a result.
Yeah, we'll update you here on the scoring drive momentarily. But first, Bulldogs look like they're going to do it again, guys.
Yeah, with the Rebels all packed up toward the front, there are some opportunities for the Bulldogs to drop this kick right about the 20-yard line.
That's a good point.
And maybe cause some problems.
Here we go, showing onside, and they're going to kick onside. right into the hands of Beto Hernandez, who falls on it. All right, let's turn it over to Seth. Tall City Sneaker, scoring drive summary.
Yeah, the Bulldogs finally find their rhythm. They take over from their own 25-yard line, and in 7 plays, march down the field. Holt Howard, a mixture of runs and passes, get the Bulldogs down to the 13-yard line, or check that 16-yard line, where they then cap it off with a touchdown. 75-yard drive. Bulldogs get up on the board in this one, 7-26. Rebels still on top.
Left to right go the Rebels. Hayes Ham comes out. He'll get the carry. Multiple dogs in there. Some initial contact. Looks like it's made by Marshall Woodside.
Yeah, Bulldogs kind of bring some pressure to kind of drive that ball back towards the middle, where there's a lot of Bulldog defenders there to kind of clean that up for a short gain.
They're going to go 4 wide with 1 back, but give it to Hayes. Left side looking for an opening, and he finds it. 50 to the 45. Playing on the Bulldogs side of the field. Move the chains. Rebels in business here with the 26-7 lead, 9 to play, second quarter.
Yeah, now they're going to go fast, get those first downs, kind of get those chains moving. We'll see how they dial it up here on 1st and 10.
Same formation, new play, and almost picked off. He wanted Jermaine Laster, but instead he almost finds the secondary from Midland High. Did you guys see who that was? Was that JoJo Levens?
I think that was Carson Ham, actually, who's the leading interception on the defense for the Bulldogs, and that's not often you see him in his breadbasket not catch that. So a break for the Rebels to not have that be picked.
They go right back at it with the run. Bulldogs ready for it. To the 40 goes Hayes Ham, gain of 2 on the play.
It's a big third down there for the Bulldogs. Get to stop and kind of slow this drive, get the ball back, and get some momentum here.
We'll call it 3rd and 8. Rebels going left to right. Man in motion is Jabraylon Anders. JP Reyes steps up, looking, firing, in and out of the hands of his target, Caden Ellis. Pass dropped. And it looks like the Rebels will likely stay on the field with the offense here. At the Bulldog 40 with a 26-7 lead. Here we go. They move 3 receivers over to the right side of the formation. Single receiver left. JP drops back, looking, firing, deep, has a man. Cisco can't make the play. There was contact, but no flag.
Yeah, a lot of contact, and it looked like maybe incidental is what the refs determined. But Rebels going for the touchdown there on 4th and 8, and ball kind of falls to turf there. So the Bulldogs get a big stop on 4th down to try to get this ball in their end zone again to kind of cut in this lead.
Back come the Dogs. Momentum certainly on their side right now. Some big breaks to get them down the field. They score. They hold the Rebels for the first time tonight. So if ever there was a time to get out of a hole, now is it with 8:07 to play, second quarter. Rebels lead 26-7, but it's Bulldog football at their own 40. And it's going to be a receiver pass, and he pump fakes twice, and then he's forced just to go out of bounds. Looks like he had his man, number 8, Ross Blackburn.
It was open for a moment.
That's like one of those plays where you just got to trust that you just got to throw it. He may not be there at the moment. He got behind him, and if he had thrown it earlier, he could have, but by then he couldn't throw it that far anymore, and he just had to run it himself.
Yeah, Ross double pumped, but could not make the throw, and wisely runs it out of bounds. No harm, no foul. Actually a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now. Holt Howard, still the quarterback. Traditional set here for the Dogs. And Holt going to keep it himself again. He's not even looking at the pitch option. Holt's got his head down, and he's ready to go out to the 45.
Good job there by Wyatt King there on the running back. He was the handoff option. Doesn't go to him. He kind of leads the way now as that lead blocker for Holt Howard. Kind of paves the way for about a 4 or 5 yard gain and makes it now 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5 versus 3rd and 8 or 9.
Yeah, good call. Holt Howard on the night. 9 rushes for 50 yards. He had a 25-yard run earlier in the game. Thanks for joining us tonight. Crosstown Showdown on the Basin Sports Network. One combined broadcast. And timeout on the field. Let's take it with them, guys. We'll be back. Third down for the Dogs. Here we go. It's Holt Howard again. And Holt Howard just short to the 49 goes the sophomore. We got to fight. Over here at the 46, there was a dog on top of a Rebel, and they were going at it on the ground.
Yeah, and there's 15 yards from the actual play actually going on near the middle of the field. It's like near the sideline. There's just some
no
things
flags,
going on.
though, guys.
That was a clean block, boys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that
I guess
was.
so, yeah.
You know,
They were blocking by going at each other's throats. Fourth down here and short, gentlemen. Almost at the midfield stripe. Right to left go the Dogs. 26-7. Rebels out in front with 6:23 to play here in this first half. Play clock now a factor as it's down and under 10. They've already had one delay of game. 5. Holt Howard trying to get it off. 3, and he does. Pitches it first down. Wow, nice run. I believe that's Walker Campbell. And he's out to the 41-yard line.
I think it was Carter Anderson.
Was that Carter?
It was Carter, yeah, on the end around little pitch run. 4th and 1. I think they're all kind of thinking maybe up the middle, just try to get that 1 yard. But they go the end around to the outside. There's a lot of room to run for a first down for Carter Anderson.
Yeah, Carter Anderson. That's exactly right. First down, moves the chains. Dogs kind of slowing things down here on the Rebel side of the playing field. And under pressure, and down he goes. Yikes. Big time play by David Ihidawa. He is a problem, and Holt Howard did not see him coming.
Yeah, the hard thing there was they had Holt Howard kind of rolling off to his opposite hand. He had to kind of turn his body to kind of throw with his left, and by then that kind of caused some time for the Rebels to get into his face, and there were 3 guys there ready to tackle him down, but Hidawa got there first for a big hit and a big sack.
They're going to call it 2nd and 16, and it's Evan Taylor right up the gut here. Taylor out to the 46, give him 2.
Really just like that, you're thinking the Bulldogs are kind of getting some things going here. They get a sack, then a very small gain. Now it's 3rd and 14. And you're thinking we got to get a first down to kind of keep this drive going, but things can kind of change quickly from play to play.
3rd and 14 from the 46. Twins to the right side. 1 deep back, 2 up backs for the Dogs here. And actually they'll flex one out here. A little bit of a different variation from the Bulldogs. New wrinkle, man in motion as well. And they're going to throw. Carter throws back, flag on the play. Actually, that's Holt Howard throws. Pass is caught far side. I believe that's Elijah Cordova that caught it far side, but there is a flag back at the 41.
Might be a formation issue for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, illegal shift.
Too many people in motion at once, maybe.
Yeah, and that's another killer because you're looking at it's 3rd and 14. You get 10 yards, and now it's 4th and 4, where you probably go for it. You back him up now. It's 3rd and extra long. It's just kind of getting tougher and tougher to kind of get these drives going from Midland High, going the opposite direction.
3rd down again for the Dogs. We're looking at 3:54 here, so this is speeding up a little bit in this second quarter. There was a long first quarter, my friends. It's almost 8:45.
yeah.
3:43 until halftime. Rebels lead 26-7. 3rd down here for the Dogs and long. They have the ball at their own 48. Holt's going to throw, looking. Flushed out of the pocket, trying to regain, and he just shovel passes. And I believe it was caught. It sure was. I think that's Carter Anderson that snagged it. No, Let me get a read on the number.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Carter. But a way short chase of the first down.
Yeah, and really the credit there is for the Rebels' defensive front. They had 3 guys kind of barreling down on Holt Howard, making him roll to his left to try to keep that play extended, and kind of ran out of room. That sideline was kind of bearing down on him. He had to kind of just get rid of it to avoid the sack or running out of bounds. And so good pursuit by the Rebels to kind of get that big third down stop.
Braylon Anders back deep. He's already taken one to the house. This kick going to go out of bounds. So Rebel football once again here with 3:14 to play, and that's a little bit of time for them. High-flying offense. Looks like they'll spot it on the 20. Seth, why don't you give us a stat update?
Yeah, it looks like there's a penalty on the field, so they're discussing what that is. But in terms of the stats, the game doesn't necessarily reflect the score because we've had a lot of special teams touchdowns. But for legacy,
Yeah, offsetting personal fouls.
Getting chippy in some ways.
yeah. But with the stats, the Rebels have 119 yards of offense, 77 of those through the air, the remaining 42 on the ground. And then for Midland High, 103 total yards. 17 of those have come through passing, and then 86 have come through rushing. Highlight players for both teams are the quarterbacks, Holt Howard for the Bulldogs and J.P. Reyes for the Rebels.
All righty, how about Mackenzie Rogers going to get his opportunity? And ball on the turf. Midland High saying they have it at the 25, and they do. McKenzie cannot hold on. And another big turnover, and Dogs with a chance here, 3:07 to play, and they could really cut into this Rebel lead.
They really could. A lot of back and forth in terms of momentum. You thought for a while the Bulldogs had some things going, then penalties kind of stalled that last drive, and you punt to the Rebels. You think, okay, if they score here again, it's like we're back in the same spot we were at the first quarter. But the first play, they turn the ball over back to Midland High at the 25-yard line. Bulldogs, if they can score here, get the ball back at halftime, it's a different ball game. So that was a big turnover for the Bulldog defense to kind of get the ball back with a chance to cut this lead a bit here as the first half draws to an end.
Right to left go the Dogs. They're at the Rebel 26 here. Holt Howard remaining at quarterback. And he's going to keep it himself far side, 20, fighting all the way to the 18 before he's eventually brought down. Nick Moore in on the stop there, far side from cornerback spot.
I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with Holt Howard. He's taking some big-time hits. He's getting knocked around a little bit, but he's not afraid to call his own number and keep running and getting 8 yards there on first down. Very, very tough-minded kid, and very, very impressive first half.
So this game looked like it was going to get out of hand, but the Bulldogs with a chance to make a game of it here. That's Wyatt King, first down. Doing what he does, just taking it straight up the
yardage guy. You need 2 yards. Give the ball to Wyatt, and he'll get the first down for you. He actually might be a hair shy.
Oh, is he?
3rd and inches, but again, that's kind of how it's been. It's like you need short yardage. Wyatt King is your guy, and they might go back to him again here on 3rd and 1 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Kind of work some clock a little bit and try to score last.
He's close, though. Looks like that'll be a timeout. Or no, two-minute warning?
2-minute warning, yep.
It is. We'll take the break. 26-7, Rebels lead, Dog. And we are back. Rebels holding there. The run up the gut, no good, nothing doing. So it's a 4th down situation now. Looks like we'll bring on Edgar Ramos.
Yeah, just tough break there for the Bulldogs. Just 3rd and short. I think the whole room kind of thought it would be a Wyatt King, and that's kind of what happened, but the Rebels are ready for it. But I agree here with Coach Fortune. Late in the first half, get some points if you can, whether it's a field goal, cut this lead a little bit.
36-yard attempt here for Edgar Ramos. Right hash. 4. 3. They're going to have to call a timeout.
A late flag got thrown.
And we got Rebels celebrating here on their side.
we have no foul on the play. We have timeout, Midland High.
Yeah, Midland High got the timeout. The holder was trying to tell the snapper, hey guys, 3 seconds on the clock. Alrighty, 26-7. 1:08 to play here before the halftime break. And looks like the Dogs are going to settle here for a 36-yard field goal, despite an opportunity where the Rebels were able to hold.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of put in this position where, you know, it's a hard place to be, where, you know, do you go for it? Do you play aggressive? Do you just get points on the board? And just like Chase, you said a few moments ago, I like Coach Fortune's thought of like, hey, let's get some points on the board. Let's close that lead differential. Let's get the ball back at halftime, and then come out strong. And if you can get some momentum coming back, drive down the field, and then you're in a one-possession football game.
I think that's honestly probably what he's thinking. Is if he has the ball at halftime, kick the field goal. If he's not, maybe go for it here. But you have a chance to get 10 points possibly.
Right.
If you can hold them for that last minute without scoring, it's a different feel at that point.
Right, and that gives plenty of time for J.P. Reyes and company to be cold.
Ramos from 36. No, sir. That was blocked.
It was tipped.
Wow. Rebels. Another special teams play. A punt to the house, a kick return to the house, and now a blocked field goal. 26-7. We're going to keep it right here, though, because the Rebel offense making their way on the field. Guys, tell me what you saw in that play.
Really, it was just good pursuit by the Rebels defense. They kind of got behind the blockers for the Bulldogs, kind of pushed them backwards and got good pursuit and got a slight hand on the football, maybe a finger, but that's all you need to kind of make a 35-yard field goal no good. Just he couldn't quite get there. And Rebels with a big stand to kind of keep points off the board. And with 1 minute here, they can easily go down the field and at least get a field goal maybe, if not score a touchdown, because they go quick.
Right. So here come the Rebels. They're moving left to right here with a 26-7 lead. 4 receivers, 1 back for J.P. Reyes. He's going to throw, and he finds Caden Ellis at the 25. Caden trying to get some yards out of after the catch. He's to the 27. Good for 7 on first down. Rebels going to come right back after it, and here they go. Same formation. JP looking left this time. He's got Cisco Rodriguez. First down and then some. Cisco leaping forward to the 39. And here come the Rebels. 40 seconds to play first half. JP again. This time he wants Jermaine, and in and out of his hands. Or no, not Jermaine. That's Jabraylon Anders.
And you can see, though, when the Rebels get clicking, they can go fast and they are sharp, and they're just the ball kind of falls to turf, but they were humming along before that.
Yep. So they'll take their time here, let the play clock get up and under 20. They have that 26-7 lead on 2nd and 10. It's Hayes Ham. Hayes looking for the edge. Flag on the play. Hayes forced out of bounds by Carson Ham.
Might be a block in the back, I think, on that edge, seal that gap.
44-yard line.
And here's the call.
Holding, number 54 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot until second down.
There you go. The hold goes against the Rebels. So, Chase, as you noted, they were moving, and a couple of plays here kind of stopping them in their tracks a little bit. We're at 27 on the first half clock. Rebels will maintain this 4-receiver set with a back. 3rd and 20 now. JP gonna roll right, looking, firing, has his man. It's Cisco again, 45-50. Cisco into Midland High territory before he's upended by Carson Ham.
First down, Rebels.
Cisco's already caught a touchdown on the night. That time a big first down to keep the Rebels alive. 18 seconds to play. They'll stay with 4 receivers. This time it's Jermaine Laster. And Scuda gonna find a little bit of space. He's out to the 38. And it looks like they will take a timeout with 8 seconds remaining. Wow. How the Tides can turn. So guys, thoughts here. They're gonna actually say 6 seconds remaining on the clock.
Oh, he's going back to 11, I think.
Gonna reset the clock. Okay. So they'll add a few seconds to it. 11 seconds. So that's a chance to run a play, and then If it's not good, bring out Verostegui.
100%. I mean, I think right now at the 38-yard line, if they add time, which I think they're going to, you've got time because you got timeouts remaining. Maybe get 5 or 10 yards, make this a more manageable kick. Make it 35, 40-yard kick. It's very easily done with the Rebels' kicking strength. But, yeah, I mean, here we're kind of like in that no man's land, try to get a few more yards, make the kick a little more manageable. They added, now it's 11 seconds, so you got time for at least one more play. Either get out of bounds, call timeout, and then get the kick set up.
All right, so here we go. JP and company with a 26-7 lead, trying to add to that again. Midland High will get the ball to start the third. So here we go, 4 receivers, 1 back. That's been the formation on this drive. Cisco in motion. Here we go, JP looking, steps up, fires deep, passes, picked off. Big pick, 23 for the Dogs. JP wanted Cisco. Wow, nicely done, and there is a flag on the play. That will do it for the half. We'll see what the flag is, and that's Devin Rodriguez with the pick.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of shocked by that play call. They were going for the touchdown. I thought they might try to get like a 5 or 10 yard out route, but they didn't do that, and Bulldogs had a man right in the right spot for an interception.
It's after the interception, too, I believe. I think it's extracurricular. And I'm not talking about shop class.
Yeah. Well said.
And that's going to do it.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Legacy, number 74, after the interception. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced at the third quarter.
Well, there we go. So the penalty will hurt the Rebels to start the third, but that's going to do it. 2 quarters in the books. Rebels lead 20.
It might be a good way for the Bulldogs to kind of get a good place to start the drive, and it's more the same. So great coverage down the field on the kickoff. It was a great kick down to the 15-yard line. Rebels couldn't have done that any better if they tried, honestly.
All right, so here we go. Dogs back on the field. Holt Howard going to remain in at quarterback. Holt going to throw on first down. He's got Jordan McGowan. Jordan to the 30, the 35, the 40, and he steps out. Man, he has got some wheels when he finds the edge.
He really does, and I like that play call. Just find ways to get the ball into your playmaker's hands. McGowan is really the Bulldogs' big play threat. To the quick screen past the edge, get a few blocks downfield, and you get a big 15-yard gain on first down.
Dogs first down to the 40. They come out in their traditional formation here. Holt Howard going to wait, look to the sideline. We're fresh into the third quarter. Rebels lead 26-7. Bulldog football, though. They go left to right. Ball is snapped, and it is Holt Howard keeping it, and he's crushed. Oh, man. David Ihidoa, second sack of the night. Sophomore on sophomore. I have a feeling they've played each other before.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
And right there, David Ihidoa, like a missile, comes flying in. Looked like the Bulldogs had some miscommunication there on the exchange, and David Ihidoa took advantage of that and made his presence felt on a big sack on 1st and 10.
So they're going to call that 2nd and 15 now. Dogs on their own 35 here. Holt Howard has been aggressive, calling his own number tonight. This time he pitches, and it is Jordan McGowan. And my goodness, is he shifty. Brought down, but he looks explosive. Jason Williams on the stop, back from injury.
Good job there by the Rebels to kind of seal that edge. The goal is to get to the sideline, I believe, to kind of turn up the field where he really excels. So you can get those jets turned on, but couldn't quite get around that edge. Had to go back up the middle where there was no one really there to run. So it was a kind of minimal game, but a good play design. Just didn't quite pan out for the Bulldogs.
Right. Third down, and you could tell with McGowan, man, he is shifty and small, and he's looking for a hole, and if he finds it, he is gone.
No doubt.
Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 11 from the 39. Holt Howard, the sophomore, tucks it, runs it. David Ihidoa stops it. Whoa! 38 having a ball game here. Holt to the 42. So they'll give him 3, but punting team going to have to come on, Chase.
Yeah, it looked like he had the pitch maybe available. Evan Taylor kind of trailing that play at the running back, decides not to pitch himself and kind of pays the price for it on a big hit by Hedewa again. That's twice now on the same drive. He's really laid the lumber on Holt Howard.
And I take it back. They're going to go for it here. 4th down. They're going for it. Holt to throw. Looking. Throws back to McGowan. McGowan able to break out of Nick Moore's tackle to the 45, the 50. I think Jordan picked it up.
I think he got it just enough.
Wow.
And to your point, Dustin, we see again, like he's shifty. He has good field vision. Kind of cuts back to the right, reverses field, and got a hair more than needed for a first down right at the 50-yard line. They might measure this, but it was right there, I think.
You know, Nick Moore had a chance to stop it, and Jordan McGowan just broke through the arm tackle. Really nice play call, gutsy play call to go for it. 4th and long.
It's interesting to measure when the line to gain was exactly the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and the ball is like really right next to the Bulldogs. I can't see where the ball is actually
Neither
marked.
can I. We don't have a good visual of it. All right, here we go, and they're going to measure it. First down. Bulldog are in business here.
We are on game 9 of this year, and that's the first time I think we've seen a measurement.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Where they at on 4th down? Is that their first 4th down?
That's their third 4th down.
Okay,
they're
3 for
perfect.
3.
3 for 3, perfect.
Okay.
But on 3rd down, they're 0 for 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting stat.
I know,
3
right?
for 3
Tale
and
of
4
two
downs.
teams, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, back at it. 1st and 10. Holt Howard. Gonna fake to Carter Anderson. Keeps it himself. Met at the line. Looks like Guy Hedewa in there. Trey Jefferson in there. And eventually the rest of the Rebels able to congregate around Colt Howard, and they will stop him at the 48. 2nd and 8. They come out with 3 receivers set, and he is way early.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And Coach Fortune does not like that. 13, Cole Turner.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like running on like a snap count, but he took off and he was 10 yards on the field before they even like realized he was leaving.
Right. And then he happens to be right next to his head coach when he does it.
Yeah.
Not a place you want
That's
to be.
when you want to go to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Take that slot instead.
Coach is still fired up, trying to get it in motion. That was actually Elijah Cordova. 2nd and 8, and they're going to have to call a timeout, and they do, and Fortune's fired up. Unable to make it happen when they need to. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Rebels lead, Bulldog ball. And we are back here. Holt Howard, handoff to Turner, and he goes right up the gut. And that's Taylor, my bad. Taylor to the 45.
It was a good run there by Taylor. I think there was an injury timeout for the Rebels on the field, but he hit that hole and like no panic, no questioning. He just hit it with purpose and got a good 5 or so yards to kind of get those yardage back that they kind of lost there. It's still 3rd and about 6 to come, but a good start to kind of get those yardage back to make it 3rd manageable.
So the Rebels got a player down. They're going to tend to him. Meanwhile, kind of an update from Permian Friendship. How about Permian up 24-17? That game in the 3rd quarter. This one's been back and forth. Kind of interesting. Again, Permian needs to win out to win district. A loss against Friendship would pave the way for them to tie the district with the Rebels.
Have we got that San Angelo OHS game?
We have now. I'll pull it up here momentarily, Dave. But how about 3rd and 6 on the field? 8:26 to play. We're in the 3rd. Rebels lead 26-7. And here comes Holt Howard. He's got 2 receivers out to the left side, single receiver right, 1 running back. Play clock at 25. Holt flushed out of the pocket, looking for space, cannot find it. Ho, 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 ho. Man.
I think
It
that's
looked
where you
like
see
Jason Williams.
Yeah, you see the sophomore kind of coming out right there. Really, the idea is you can't take a sack there. You could maybe go for it on 4th down if you get a few yards, but you take a 10-yard sack, it's kind of your hand is forced at that point to punt this ball away. But Holt Howard just kind of had nowhere to go with the football and was kind of a sitting duck in some ways, and the Rebels attacked him.
So punt team on. Jabraylon Anders at the 20. Remember, he took one to the house earlier. And the punt, not going to go to him. Kind of a lame, shallow punt. Lame duck is what I was going to say. It's going to go out at the 40. All right. So great field position here, Chase, as Legacy gets the ball back.
Yeah, and really for the Bulldogs, it's kind of been that way for this night. They've got some first downs going. You might think, okay, they might get some momentum back, and then just kind of, whether it's a penalty or just can't quite get that drive extended, drive kind of stalls out, and now the Rebels have the ball near midfield with a big lead, looking to add to it here.
Rebels have trips to the right side. That's the wide side of the field on 1st and 10 from their 45, but they give it to Hayes. And Hayes is out to the midfield stripe. Gain of 5 on 1st down.
Number 13, Cole Turner.
Hayesham is running well tonight. 7 attempts, 32 yards. Little light based on his normal load. And he'll lose a yard there, maybe 2.
Yeah, there the Bulldogs bringing pressure from the backfield from the safety spot, getting the behind the lineman to get a 2-yard loss, make it 3rd and long now.
Rebels, this is only going to be their 3rd time to have a 3rd down conversion. The first 2, they were not able to complete it.
So here we go, 3rd and 7 with trips to the left. That's where JP's looking. Steps up, has time. And man, got a lot of time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, really having to look. And he's just going to tuck it. And JP gets back not far from that original line of scrimmage. He's out to the 47, 48-yard line.
Yeah, he just had all day to throw, and just no one kind of got open, so he didn't panic, kept his eyes downfield, and ran it himself for a gain of 5. Now it's 4th and short. They're going to go for it here.
4th and 2. Again, they'll keep that same formation. Trips to the left. They'll let Hayesham get it for him, and he does. Hayes, 1st down run, out to the 43. He picks up 4. And again, volume a little bit lower for him tonight, Seth, but running well.
Yeah, he's been effective. He's 3.8 yards per carry, but he's only rushed it 9 times. Normally we see around 20 or so at this time.
They go right back to him, though, and there is a flag. But Hayes with a nice run off the right edge.
Yeah, it looked like up the middle, there's nowhere to go. He kind of bounces off to the outside, right tackle. This might be coming back. It's in the backfield, but it's a good vision to kind of create a play that may not have been there otherwise.
Yeah, so holding going to go against the Rebels there. Pushes them backward. With 5:40 to play here, we're in the 3rd. Crosstown showdown, a game that really has been all Legacy so far. They lead 26-7. 4 receivers, 1 running back for JP Reyes, and he has time and unable to get it out to Caden Ellis. Just a little shallow there as Caden had an opening right around the 47.
Yeah, that's a long throw, just kind of the opposite hash. The ball's in the air for a long time, and it just couldn't quite get to Caden Ellis up in the air. He dove for it, but couldn't quite get underneath it, so it falls incomplete.
So the Rebels going to keep going after it here on 2nd down. JP going to throw again, just a little pass out to Hayesham in the flats. And Hayes going to lose yards on the play.
Yeah, Bulldogs bring some pressure, and they did a good job because really JP Reyes had a good play call to negate that on that screen pass, but the Bulldogs kept them all in front and minimized the potential big play by blitzing there. They kind of contained well.
So they're going to call it 3rd and 16 from the Bulldog 49. Rebels going right to left here. Needing a big play, and they're going to empty their backfield. Why not? Take a shot with 5 wide. Here we go, JP with time again, and he's smoked. Oh, JP hit hard. Trying to get a read on who that was, guys.
I couldn't see it either.
Well, I've got it as soon as he turns around again.
Is that number 3? Is that
Yeah, it sure
It
was.
was Lucas Ramirez, the captain, showing why he's captain on that one.
Man.
Bringing the pressure and
That's a big hit.
big sack. Makes it now 4th and 21.
Hey,
and
but I don't know if I'm even more impressed with the fact that JP just popped right back up.
it was a big hit.
I mean,
Yeah.
he got smoked and he just pops right back up. So punting situation here, 4th and 21. Nick Moore on, and Nick gets it off. Wow, fair caught in traffic, but all good. Jordan McGowan secures it at the 20. So Bulldog football up once again, 3:51 third. Why don't you update us on Bulldog stats as their offense takes the field again?
Yeah, the Bulldogs so far, 136 yards of offense, 32 through passing. They've passed 10 times. They've completed 6. But mainly 104 yards on the ground has been the main driver of this offense, and that's driven by sophomore quarterback Holt Howard, 14 attempts, 61 yards. He also has a touchdown on the night through the air that earlier connected to Jordan McGowan. So hopefully we can see more of the passing/running attack that we've seen a little bit of life of tonight from this Bulldog offense.
All right, so here we go. Dogs moving here, left to right. Howard gonna pitch it out. He's got Jordan McGowan, 25, 30, 35, 40,
He may go.
45, 50. He goes sidelines, gonna get caught though. Slow down and reverses field. Eventually corralled by the Rebels around the 23.
It's by far the Bulldogs' best play of the night, and you can
No
kind of
doubt.
see when McGowan gets the ball in space, he can make a lot of things happen, and you rarely see him get actually caught from behind, but it happened there. But a big play on first down. Now we see the Bulldogs near the red zone for the first time in a while.
Levi Martinez caught him from behind. Really nice play by the Rebels because McGowan, for all intents and purposes,
Could have
was
easily gone.
long
otherwise.
gone.
Yep.
Yeah, longest play of the night for either team at 56 yards for Jordan McGowan.
1st and 10 from the 24. Go the Dogs. White King deep back 3-point stance. One back. And they keep it, or Holt Howard keeps it himself. Nick Moore comes up and flattens him. Right around the 19, gain of 5 on the play.
And you kind of wonder now, a late flag comes flying in as that play is over, but it's like the Bulldogs see one big play and they get confident. They kind of get that swagger back. Now they get some 5 yards. They get blocking downfield, and we'll see if this kind of carries on to get in the end zone.
Yeah, a little bit undisciplined. You know, when the Rebels, they get down here with their back against the wall, then they've got a penalty that's just a silly penalty. It's coming.
Holt Howard, 15 carries, 66 yards tonight. And that one will go against the Rebels, pushes the Dogs forward. So Bulldogs with a break, now inside the 10-yard line of the Rebels. The 2:49 to play in the third quarter. Dogs have a chance to chip into this league. So here we go. One back, Wyatt King. Pitches to McGowan. McGowan slices in and he scores. That may not be McGowan. That's Keandre Garnett, I think.
Another flag comes flying in. This might be coming back, but that was Keandre Garnett on that little end-around pitch. But this looks like this might be on the Dogs.
It was.
Yep.
Illegal block.
Gosh,
So first and goal from the 9, and miscues, misfires for the Dogs.
Maybe that's why that hole was so open.
it just gets to a point where it's
Makes you wonder.
every positive offensive play that the Bulldogs have, you know, it results in a penalty.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
I mean, it's a good point. They've kind of gotten their own way a little bit, you know.
2nd and 25 here. Rebels trying to hold. It's 26-7, and I think the Rebels have been shut out for almost
since the first
quarters.
Yeah.
Rebels defense needs to hold, offense needs to get back in it. Meanwhile,
man.
Holt Howard with the man open. And that was almost a highlight reel catch. Holt leading him a little too much, receiver unable to haul it in.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer how that just kind of played out, because that could have been a walk-in touchdown. The ball was just slightly overthrown beyond Garnett's reach, and he made a valiant effort to try to dive and lay out to grab it, but he just couldn't quite bring it in. But if that's caught, that's a touchdown.
Here we go, 2nd and 25, and it is going to be a timeout, Rebels. We'll take the timeout with them. 2:27 to play in the 3rd. Coming back. Twins to the left, no receivers right. It looks like Coach Fortune may be changing the play at the line. He indeed does. Play clock gonna get up and under 10. Man in motion, ball snap, pass out, and down goes the receiver. Oli O with a beautiful play. He was not surprised in the slightest. And 3rd down coming up, Chase. 3rd and long.
You don't see that kind of defensive play made very often. Just sheds that block, comes in like a missile to get in the backfield to just play. It didn't have a chance to get going. That play was just down from the get-go. Great play defensively by the Rebels secondary.
Looks like Permian has extended their lead 31-17 now. 3rd and 28 here. Rebels lead 26-7 with 1:48 to play in the 3rd. Fake the pitch. Hold Howard looking. Firing wide open. 15. And down he goes. Pass caught by Elijah Ramos. 1st down.
Yeah, great play call there on 3rd and long. Kind of wide open. Maybe in a busted coverage of sorts, but still, I think it's 4th down now, so much easier kick coming up with that extra 15 yards to work with.
Yeah, he didn't get it. I guess he was close, but gonna kick it here. This will be a 32-yard shot, and the kick is good. Ramos puts it through, and it's 26-10 now. Minute to play in the 3rd. Ball game. And welcome back to the broadcast booth. Edgar Ramos helps cut into this lead here for the Rebels. It's 26-10. We'll give you the full update momentarily. Just a minute to play in the 3rd. As Midland High sets to kick it back, and we've got whistles, and it looks like it'll be a timeout. While we're doing the timeout, why don't you give us that Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary?
Yeah, that time the Bulldogs get a little bit of momentum from their own 20-yard line. They go down the field 66 yards on 6 separate plays. Unfortunately, it's 1st and goal turned into 2nd and long to the point where they made up a little bit, enough for a field goal, but it was a 31-yard field goal attempt from Ramos. It was up, and it was good. Bulldogs go up to 10 points. And the Rebels are still held at 26 with 1 minute left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Crazy thing is, those are the first points since the 1st quarter.
Right.
That is crazy.
No, it's absolutely insane. Rebels look like they were about to break this thing open. It's 26-0 quick.
Yeah.
And they have not scored since. Dogs getting a field goal on here with a minute left to play in the 3rd. Again, we want to thank Tall City Sneakers. They are the sneaker premium store. If you mention Psalm 119-105, you get $20 off your ticket at the register. So please go there. Tell them the Basin Sports Network crew sent you, and upgrade your footwear. You can do it over at Tall City Sneakers. All righty, 26-10 Rebels. They're getting the ball back. Caden Ellis, Nick Moore should be back D, but it looks like the hands team's coming on. Instead, Rylan Marino going to put this.
There you go,
at
right
the
there.
30. Very
Right
nice,
there.
and it's going to go the Bulldogs' way. Carson Ham tipped it like the tip drill, and the Dogs are able to pounce. And so now Midland High going to have a chance. They can cut this into single digits here.
I mean, what a different game this is starting to turn out to be. We thought first quarter this might be a track meet in the Rebels' favor, and since then the Bulldogs' defense has been strong, keeping them off the scoreboard, and they've gotten some big plays, some turnovers, and there we see on the kickoff, the ball goes the Bulldogs' way, and a score right here. It's a one-score game potentially. The turntables, guys.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
How the turntables have shifted in this ball game.
Now, so what you're telling me is they still got a chance.
They got a chance. Absolutely, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
So here we go, 1st and 10. Hold Howard. Making his way out, I think 15 left early, no call. They gets it out to number 2. And that is going to be Jordan McGee.
Your big play threat, first down, find him through the air that time for a 15-yard gain, a Bulldog first down.
Dogs looking a little bit more poised now. Rebels trying to do whatever they can to slow down this apparent momentum shift. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Rebel 19. Left to right, they move here. And it's a pitch, I believe, to McGowan again from that slot spot. And it was. And it looks like, let's see who the Rebel was with the stop. And it looks like it was, not sure. Let me check here. Maddox Marquez, I believe. So on 2nd down, again, Dogs get into dangerous territory. That play clock seeping into the under 10 mark. Looks like Coach Fortune is telling him.
Yep,
he's telling him. 2-1-0. Game clock down. It's had a different differential than the play clock there. So we're done with the 3rd quarter, and it is only 26-10 Dog football, and they have it at the Rebel. And welcome back here to the start of the 4th quarter. It's 26-10 Rebel advantage, but Bulldog football moving right to left. And they are trying to make something happen. They have it at the Rebel 17 inside the 20. And they have put together a bit of a drive thanks to a little bit of help from special teams. 2 receivers. 1 tailback. They put a man in motion, but the tailback takes it. That's it looks like a face mask, right, Dave? Is that what you were calling?
Yeah,
Evan
it sure
Taylor
looked like
straight
it,
up the gut.
But I do not see a flag.
He got spun around. It looked like it was by his face mask. Maybe he was grabbed by his shoulder pad. Not sure. No flag on the play, but a nice 9-yard run. So it's 3rd and 1 here for the Dogs. Already 30 seconds into this 4th quarter. Taylor the deep back. And again, Thad content with letting this clock run down. 5, 4, 3, and he takes a timeout at 2. Wyatt King back in the game as his deep back, 2 receivers. And it's the pitch to the slot. Carter Anderson. I think he's got it, guys.
I think you're right. I think that second effort, he kind of made one guy miss and just kind of dove forward, and he got just enough for that first down. But I like that. I like the play call because you're kind of thinking 3rd and 1, just go up the middle, but they do the pitch on the outside, and one of those like high risk, high reward plays, and it worked out with the Bulldogs there for the first down.
So now it's a 1st and goal from the 8. They kind of come back to their traditional set here. A minute into this 4th quarter, Rebels leading 26-10. Dogs have a chance to narrow the gap. Make it single digits for the first time since early 1st quarter. Hold Howard into the end zone. Prescott touchdown. Ho ho! Dogs back in this, and it's 26-16.
Bulldogs for the first time all season have 2 touchdown throws in this ball game, and just like that, you go for 2 here and you get it. It's a 1-score game. Bulldogs, it seems like they've been kind of hanging around. You think the Rebels have kind of played better, but the Bulldogs are still in this game very much so. And go for 2 here and get it. It's a 1-score game.
So Coach Fortune with Holt Howard. Here he comes. Holt, the sophomore, playing strong tonight. He makes his way back out. 26-16, Dogs going for 2 after the touchdown. And it's Howard to throw again. He rolls out, he looks, he fires, passes. Is it caught?
I think it is.
It's caught. 2-point conversion, good.
Unbelievable.
And we get a 1-score ball game here from Astound Stadium, 26-18. We'll be back. Welcome back to the broadcast. Man, what was once a 26-0 game in the first quarter is now a 26-18 game, an 18-0 run here by the Dogs. And we got ourselves a game. Rebels have not scored since the first quarter, but they get the ball back here. Here we go. Rylan Marino with the kick, and that is a nice touchback. All right. So JP Reyes gonna make his way back out tonight. Reyes 9 of 17, 132 yards. And really just the offense just has not been, Seth, where it has previously in these district games.
Yeah, just some of the drive summary since the second quarter, the start of the second quarter. It's been turnover on downs, it's been a fumble, it's been an interception, and then in the third quarter it was a punt. So this is the first time that they've really had the ball in the fourth quarter late in the game, and they need to make their moments count.
Well, and we'll summarize Midland High's drive here in just a moment, but first it's Hayes Ham. Hayes out to the 29. Real quick, give that Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Bulldogs, they get some momentum on the previous drive. They got a field goal. This time they take over from the 34, 5 yards, 34 yards later, and they get a touchdown.
All righty, Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary. For Legacy, it's Hayes Ham running opposite side this time, and he's driven out of bounds.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really pursuing that well to kind of seal that edge and driving towards the sideline for no gain, and now a big third down coming up. Get a stop here. I mean, it could be a different feel to this game.
Absolutely. It is third down. JP Reyes, play action. He's going to throw. Pass is caught, and that's way short to the 31, Caden Ellis.
Yeah, just try to get that screen set up, and they couldn't get the blocks down the field to make any really yardage happen, and gain of 2. So it's 4th and 4 at their own 31-yard line. They're going to put this ball away to the Bulldogs with a chance to tie this game with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. I mean, it's a different game than it was the first quarter.
Wow.
Wow is right. McGowan making his way out. Nick Moore on to punt this away. 26-18. Rebels over the Dogs. Dogs getting the ball back here. Rebels got a 4th and 4. We've seen Nick fake it, and he'll fake it again. 25-30, and Nick is short.
He's short.
Nick is short. Bulldog football. The fake denied.
It's like you can feel the momentum just completely on the purple and the white right now. Like they have the first quarter, they've weathered that storm.
Wow.
They kept playing, just chip away, and now it's their football at the 35-yard line, down by 8 points with 9 to go in the game. This game it's far from over.
It is, and what is just the contrast to me is the Rebels of the first quarter versus the rest of the game.
It's very
does
stark.
Not add up.
You're right.
Well, and the Rebels that we've seen offensively in these previous district games, for some reason, really having to fight for it now. And out comes Holt Howard. And the Bulldogs, they are hot. They're within 8 of the Rebels. Here we go. Howard with 2 receivers spread out to the right side, wide side of the field as they go right to left here. Howard hands off to Wyatt King. Wyatt lowers his shoulder, and he's out to the 25. Nice strong run for Wyatt, good for 9.
You can just kind of feel again like Wyatt King lowers his shoulder, kind of runs with purpose. Like there's a swagger that's back that wasn't there in the first quarter. Midland High playing with confidence, and it's kind of starting to show. The Rebels now on their heels a bit, trying to keep the ball out of the end zone.
They are keeping Grandma King up in Houston tonight.
Man, that's
because
true.
She is watching Wyatt. She watches every week.
Nice.
His grandmother from Houston.
Awesome. 2nd and 1. And it's Holt Howard. Going to keep it himself, and he's denied. Really nice defense there from the Rebels.
Yeah, you're right, and they needed that because you could kind of feel like they're kind of losing that momentum a little bit, but get a big stop. Now you force a 3rd down, 3rd and short. This is probably, in my mind, 2-down territory for the Bulldogs regardless, but keeping them out of that 1st down conversion and kind of force them another try at this. Big stand there on 2nd down. Joe
Pacino with the stop there. 3rd and 1. And it's going to be a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back. 4th. And we're back here, 3rd and 1, Midland High ball. They're going right to left. They have it at the Rebel 25. Rebels about to bring some heat. Coach Fortune going to change the play. Here we go. And Holt Howard wrestled down in his backfield. Ben Cano in the mix, Gabriel Henry. And pretty quickly here, we've got a 4th down situation for the Dogs.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like a read option, but it looked like Wyatt King had the easy 1st down.
Yeah.
He could give him the ball away, but he didn't. And that may be a designed QB keeper. I couldn't tell, but the decision there to keep it ended up being Rebels benefactors there.
Hey, how about a 46-yard shot from the right hash? I don't know what Ramos's distance is.
He's got a leg, and the wind's in his favor, too, a little bit.
Here we go. The kick is up, and it is
He got
good.
it.
Ramos from 46. And we got a 26-21 ball game. 7:20 to play, Rebel football when we come back. And here we are with 7:20 to play in the 4th. The Stone Stadium down to 61 degrees on this Halloween night. Rebels lead 26-21. What looked like a blowout on the onset turned into a close game here. Live drive kick fielded by Caden Ellis. Reverse to Nick Moore. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 spinning to the 40, Nick Moore. Great return. We turn it to Seth DeRuiter for the Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summer.
Yeah, the Rebels tried to go for it on 4th down with a fake punt. Midland High capitalize on it, takes over at the Rebel 33-yard line. They go 4 plays. They only go 4 yards, which forces a field goal. The kick was up by Ramos, and it was good from, how long was it, Dustin?
I think 46.
46 yards out. Yep.
Thank you, Seth. Here is Hayes Ham, not going quietly. He's out to the midfield stripe. Give him, or maybe the 49 is where he was officially down. Good for 8. Nice 1st down run. Right back at it go the Rebels, 4 receivers. 3 of them are on that left side of the formation. Ham runs opposite. And he's out to the 41, 42. 1st down, Rebels. They lead by 5. Trying to score their first point since the 1st quarter. Hayes following his blockers, but the Bulldogs able to get behind the blocker, and he gets tackled by a posse of purple jerseys.
Yeah, it was led by JoJo Levens on that edge. Kind of was the first to stop him. Then he had his friends help him out. Good way to seal that edge and make that a minimal 1-yard gain.
Yeah, and Lucas Ramirez getting off the bottom of the pile. How about Hayes Ham? 1st down again, and Hayes might be coming alive as he advances the ball out to the 32-yard line. Rebels moving left to right with a 5-point lead. 6:09 to play here in the 4th. 4 receivers, 1 running back. And the give is to Ham. And Ham is out to the 26. Gained 6 on the play. Kind of been the Hayes-Ham show.
Really has.
Where's he at statistically?
Yeah, so far in this drive, it's been all Hayes-Ham. Five plays, 34 yards. He's 16 attempts on the night, 73 yards total.
His long 15, no scores. And if you remember, Hayes had a back-to-back 100-yard games within district season, so he is capable of that. He'll go out. Mackenzie Rogers comes in. 2nd and 4. Rogers going to get his turn, and he's tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, Bulldogs there kind of tightened up that defensive front, and I guess maybe seeing Hayes-Ham on the sideline made them a little bit more confident, and they got that edge sealed up, and now a big 3rd down and 4 for the Rebels to keep this drive going.
So here we go. It is 3rd and 4. From the Bulldog 26, they're going to give it to McKenzie again, and he'll get a 1st down. McKenzie to the 21, needed 4, and he got 5.
It's a strong run there. You could tell he knew he needed 4 yards, got what he needed to do to keep that 6 going and keep that drive alive.
We're under 5 to play here in the 4th quarter. McKenzie going to go right back at it. He just goes middle, dashing, gashing, coming at the Bulldogs to the 15. And it looks like the Rebels are going to stay with this high pace. They want to score, only leading by 5 here with 4.5 to play. 4 receivers and a back for J.P. Reyes. Ball at the dog 15, and Hayes-Ham back in the game, and he's going to take it to the 8.
Impressive drive so far, the Rebels, all on the ground, all running, just kind of asserting their will on the Bulldog defensive front, just gashing them on the ground time after time.
And it's Hayes again, patiently looking, fighting, and Hayes to the 1. Oh, gain of 8 on the play.
This has been really, I mean, you got to finish this drive off and do that last yard, but this has been a great response by the Rebels. They kind of had that 21 straight points unanswered. How do you going to respond? And here we see 1st and goal, and are they in?
And the Rebels are in.
They're in. Great
Touchdown.
response.
Trying to see who gets off the bottom of the pile, who was in for the Rebels. And I believe JP took it in himself. We'll have David check the film here for us momentarily. That happened very quick. It looked like JP may have just called his own number and taken it in. How about Steven Verostegui for the PAT? It's now 32-21. Verostegui can make this a 33-21 game, and he does. Wow, Rebels need an answer, and they get it. 3:45 to play. Been a good one here. Crosstown showed Hayes-Ham who scored. Seth will give you all the specifics momentarily. Rebels lead 33-21. So, wow. This game has been interesting. Definitely a crosstown showdown type of a game. Rebels led by as much as 26 in the 1st quarter, and they didn't score again until 4 minutes remaining in the 4th. Here it's the dueling kicker, and Eicher gonna get the kick, and it'll be fair caught at the 22. All righty, Seth, turn it over to you for the Tall City Sneakers scoring drive summary.
Well, after a drought since the 1st quarter, the Rebels finally get some points on the board. This time it's late in the 4th quarter. They take over from their own 40-yard line, the longest drive of either team by plays so far in this contest, 11 plays going 60 yards, all on the ground. And this time it's Hayes-Ham who caps it off from the 1-yard line for a touchdown. The extra point was good. Rebels go up 33 to the Midland High Bulldogs at 21.
Thank you, Seth. Tall City Sneakers, your sneaker premium store. 3:45 to play. Dogs trail by 12. They come out with 3 receivers, rolling left and firing his Holt. Got a man, that's 18. He's to the 40-yard line before he's eventually brought down. Elijah Ramos on the reception, guys.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the Bulldogs again having the playbook opened up with a lot of pass plays, but they're going to need to do that because the clock's still ticking. They got to kind of score quickly here. Good start, though, on that 1st down play.
And how about right up the gut to Wyatt King? And King's going to get it out to the 43-yard line. He'll gain 3 on the play. 33-21. Looks like both teams have a timeout to spare. As long as the scoreboard's right, is it correct?
I feel like the Bulldogs have all
I
their
feel like
timeouts
the Bulldogs
used.
might have used
I think
theirs.
they did.
And the pass is incomplete. Holt Howard loads up and fires downfield. So the scoreboard is off. It shows that each team has 1 timeout left. Bulldogs 0, Rebels have 1. So Bulldogs hurrying back here, 3:03 to play. And we are going to see 2 receivers out to the right, single receiver left. And it's going to be a screen pass from Howard to McGowan, far side. Nothing really doing with that play, guys.
Yeah, the Rebels saw that from the get-go, and they pursued that well and didn't let that screen develop. No blocks got established down the field, and now because of that, they actually lost a yard, and it's going to be 4th down and 9. And 4th and 9 is not really the Bulldogs' bread and butter, but with 2:45 to go in this game, you got to think if you don't get this now, you could be in a tight spot down by 12.
Wow. So as we move kind of under the 3-minute mark, 2:46 to play, why don't you update us, Seth, on stats here during this timeout?
Yeah, the game kind of reflects the scoreboard in terms of the stat line. Very, very close, especially here as we wind down. 252 yards of total offense from the Rebels. 134 of those have been through the air, and then the remaining 123 comes on the ground. And then Midland High has 268 total yards of offense. 98 of those come through the air, and then the remaining 187 have come on the ground for the Bulldogs. And so you've seen kind of a balanced offense from both of them, and it's competitive.
Seth, thank you. 4th down for the Dogs. And here we go. They have a chance. 4th and 9. They're at their own 41, right to left. Rolling out is Holt Howard, being chased. Holt gonna have to go out of bounds, take a hit, and Rebels hold. Wow. It looked like 52 was able to make the stop, guys. That is Alex Garcia.
And I think what happened there is Holt Howard just kind of kept running towards that sideline and realized I got to either throw it or run it because I can't keep running. I'll run out of bounds. And he kind of just ran up the field and did what he could, but kind of ran out of room there and had to do something. The Rebels pursued him well and forced that 4th down and short conversion. And Bulldogs now got to hope for a turnover because they got to get this ball back down by 12 with 2.5 to go in this ball game.
It's 33-21. Rebels are going to get it back with a short field, and I feel like a vendetta.
Yeah.
You know that they're going to be all gas, no brakes.
I mean, I'm thinking if I'm Hartman, I'm just featuring Hayes Hammigan. Just run this clock out. He did a great job last drive. Just keep working him.
Yeah, and he does. He gives it to Hayes right away. Hayes is at the 40, stiff arms. Does go out of bounds.
That's going to be
a
hold.
flag.
Yep.
And Midland High calling for it. Let's see if the Whitecap gives them what they want here.
That official was skipping from deep in the secondary as he came
He was
in.
giddy with excitement.
He was.
Love that flag throw.
And we await the call. Here it is.
On the offense, number 5. That penalty will be declined. Brings up 2nd down.
And the hold is against Jermaine Laster. So here we go.
They declined it?
Decline.
Huh.
Why'd they do that?
Huh.
So it'll be 2nd down here as they decline the penalty. 2nd and 6.
Huh.
4 receivers and a running back. Ball snapped. Hayes Ham looking. And nowhere really for Hayes to go as he gets bottled up pretty quick to the 37. He'll gain 2, though. Guys, quickly, though, it's already 3rd down.
It's 3rd down, and it makes you wonder. The play clock is down to 25, so you'll probably get this ball snapped around the 140 mark. And they're going to call
They're going to call a timeout.
So yeah, we'll see what happens at the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, let's just stay right here. Thoughts here with the Rebels up 33-21. We've got the 2-minute warning.
I think for me, that last drive for Legacy, I thought was so big for a variety of reasons. One, to get a score in general, but two, you did that all on the ground, which I think milked probably 3 or 4 minutes of clock, which then forced the Bulldogs to try to score quickly, which they're not really known for scoring quickly. They can't get the ball, they can't get that drive going, so now the clock's down to 2 minutes, and Midland High is kind of running out of chances to really get this game extended. So the Rebels here have a chance to really just, get this game over with a few more first downs here late in the ball game.
Right, and I think, you see kind of why Coach Fortune didn't take the penalty, even though it puts him back 10 yards. It re-gives him the down, and I still think that it bleeds the clock as well.
Yeah, good point.
So the clock restarts, and then they lose time. So time's more valuable than yards, but it's all for naught here if they can't stop him here on 3rd and short.
That's a good point.
Yeah, well, a first down effectively does it because they can run the clock out. There's no more timeouts from Midland High.
All right, so here we go, 3rd and 4. 4 receivers, and they go to Hayes Ham, and Hayes looking for the edge, and he finds it. He's got a first down. And that might be the dagger there, guys.
Yeah, it looked like number 7, Jaden Guzman, had a chance there to get the ball in the backfield. He dove for him, laid out for a tackle for loss, couldn't quite wrap him down, and with that, first down Rebels, and that might be the difference in the ball game.
Yep. They can run
it
this
looks like
clock
they're going to go
down.
into victory formation. Wow. That's exactly what they'll do. They'll go into victory formation, just take a knee here with JP Reyes. Rebels look like they will get out of the crosstown showdown with a victory over Midland High. They haven't lost since 2016 to Midland High. What a streak they have going right now. Knee by JP Reyes. Rebels look to get it done, and then they'll move on to Odessa High next week. And Midland High looks like they will be eliminated from playoff contention, guys.
Yeah, just a tough season for the Bulldogs. But again, just like all season long, this game, it started out kind of shaky. But the Bulldogs, they kept fighting. They stayed in it, and they have not yet lost a game in a convincing fashion, minus the South Lake Carroll game. So a lot of youth on this squad. I think the future's bright, but I think we just saw Legacy's a bit too strong. And the final score, I think, shows that.
And that's going to do it. Rebels victorious. They get it done 33-21. Good ball game here. Crosstown showdown. Rebels will move on to Odessa High with just the 1 district blemish and a chance to finish second outright in district play. Midland High going to close up their season next week against Permian. That's going to be a tough game on the road at Ratliff Stadium. Permian defeating Friendship tonight, so they are right now atop the leaderboard all by themselves. All righty, guys, that'll do it for the formal game broadcast. We'll bring you the pregame show, our postgame show. We're not going